Hello again, I'm Bhavani and this is my roundup of stuff you need to know in the run-up to the general election. So a bit about me. I'm a mum to two little tinkers. There they are, we're on our way to school right now. Oh look, they're holding hands. That's a rare event. Sibling squabbles are a real thing in our house. And I've also been covering politics from outside the Westminster bubble for around 5 years. Okay, that's drop-off done. Politicians seem to be throwing money at us during this election campaign. We've gone from no magic money tree to a complete overgrowth, a forest, a woodland. So I'm just going to run through some of the spending pledges that have been made so far in this campaign. So the Conservatives have promised £100 billion for road, rail and infrastructure projects, just over £20 billion more funding for the NHS in England over the next 5 years, £7.1 billion for schools in England during that period. Labour's pledged £6 billion more for the NHS than the Tories, £150 billion for schools, hospitals and housing, $250 billion to kickstart what they call a green industrial revolution. Some of that money will be used for free fibre broadband for everyone. That's something Labour announced this week, as well as plans to part nationalise BT to get that done. The Tories, for their part, called it a crazed communist plan and previously have pledged £5 billion for fibre broadband for everyone, although consumers would have to pay for that if they win this election. The Lib Dems have matched Labour's pledge on the NHS, and they've matched the Green Party's promise of £100 billion to tackle climate change. This includes plans to plant 60 million trees by 2025, double what the Tories have promised in that time. I'm really pleased they promised that. It would be good for the environment, but I get to use my tree graphics again. So billions of pounds being promised to voters. They're all talking about the end of austerity. Both the main parties seem to be willing to borrow to invest, partly because it's a good time to do so. Interest rates are at a historic low, and this is a change of direction for the Conservatives. There's also been a lot of chat about immigration this week. It's one of the reasons that many voted leave in the EU referendum, to try to take back complete control of our borders. Boris Johnson says he's a pro-immigration politician but wants to control it. The Tories plan to introduce a points-based system and to bring down overall immigration, although they're not going to set any targets if they win this election. Previously, they've promised to bring down net immigration to under 100,000, but this has actually never happened. Labour's immigration strategy seems a little bit more vague. They say it's going to be based on the economic needs of the country and depend on the eventual outcome of Brexit. Jeremy Corbyn also wasn't able to clarify whether Labour would extend freedom of movement. That's the right of EU citizens to live and work in any other EU country. It's something that party members voted in favour for at their conference in September. Campaigning is moving at a really fast pace. There are new announcements every single day, and it's hard to get all of that into a couple of minutes. So I'm thinking about changing this vlog up, perhaps doing videos on where the parties stand on different issues like health or education, and I'd love to hear what you think about that. Is there anything you want to hear more about? And I'll try and get that covered. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. And also I'm looking for a title, something snappier than what I've got right now. If you've got any ideas, then let me know. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this helpful, and I'll see you really soon.